youths all met at the Entmoot. Of course you do. Remember how outraged Merry and Pippin were when they found out that everything that had taken place up till that point was introductions. And then recently, there's a person in the tubes that was critical of another person in the tubes, and people were saying, hey man, if you have a difference of opinion, give your side of the story, give your opinion, and critique the information. Don't bring up the other person as a person, because really what we're talking about is ideas. We're not talking about that guy. Even if that guy has an idea you don't agree with, it's the idea, not the person. And the guy's like, I get that. I just thought that why I bring the person's name into it is so you have more of a sense of where this information is coming from. That might give you a greater idea about what we're talking about. That was his reasoning. I think that part of what I agree with that is that it is important to know about who's talking to you. Hey, part of the information you're getting, I would say that's the lion's share of what your mind is trying to wrap around. But depending on who you're talking to, depending on who they are and what kind of life they've lived, we all see things from different perspectives. So sometimes it isn't good, and it does help to understand who said this, who thought this. So I was thinking, I had a dream, and in this dream, I realized I didn't know who I was. I panicked. Because it wasn't as much, that I didn't know my name was Earl, though I didn't. I didn't have any sense of my past. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know if I was good or if I was bad or if I was like a meteor or a mud puddle. I like both meteors and mud puddles, so I'd be fine with being either one. I just didn't know which one I was. So my name came to me. It was a name I've never heard before, actually. It was several words. It was a description. And I was filled with such happiness and such joy, because it was a fine name. And I thought, how wonderful would that be if your name was a description? A description of who you were, what you've done, where you've been, your triumphs, your failures. Every name should have both. I don't want to just know what amazing thing you've done. I want to know your greatest screw up as well. Only because I think that some of my greatest accomplishments in life, the greatest improvements I've ever made, were based on how hard I fell down. And if everybody had a triumph in their name, and if everybody had a failure in their name, wouldn't that make you, some people regret their failures. And, but if everyone you knew had a failure in their name, it would be just like regretting being hungry, and then you find out, what, everyone gets hungry? Oh, I guess it's not that such a big deal then. I'll have a sandwich. in a name. If you were going to name yourself just based on what you felt was a good description of you, what would it be? Do you have one already? Do you think it would be important, actually? A sentence, or a couple words, or a sentence, or a paragraph? Or how much would you need? Would you be like the Ents? Would you be just talking all day and all night and all day? Because if someone's going to understand you based on your name, and if they want to take the time to listen to you for several days, that's a person worth talking to. And unless they walk away halfway through your name. If part of your name was this one time at band camp, you can't smoke and laugh. That might be an excellent advertisement for no smoking. Remember, kids, you can't smoke and laugh. I don't often smoke. I remember my last smoke, it was in the summer, my video to Count Hector. I miss summer. Winter has its appeal. But summer, just the whole idea of more daylight, I love it. Love it so. Now, Earl's thoughts on names. And I'm not going to tell you the name I dreamed for myself. It's a secret. And if I've told you that secret, if you already know. Of course, if I told you that name, I trust you, so I don't see the need to caution you further. All right. Peace out. See you in the tubes.